name's Tim Carroll, and I'm a part of the Rock Church family. I'm on the core team. I just kind of help out wherever I can, setting up, tearing down, and whatever kind of role I feel like I can fit in and help out with. I was asked today to share from my heart something that stood out to me, where something that maybe I've gone through. The first thing that came to my mind was obvious to me that I would share. I think it's very relevant. I've had a lifetime battle with anxiety and depression. I'm talking clinical depression, clinical anxiety, diagnosed, medication. I want to give a disclaimer before I would share some of this. I just want to be very clear that I'm not a therapist. I'm no kind of mental health professional, but I've walked this walk my entire life, and I know what it's like to go through this, the good and the bad and the ugly. I'm very honest and open when people ask me about myself. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. I spent most of my life doing that when I was younger, and learned that that's no way to live. Anxiety and depression is real, okay? If you have either experienced it personally yourself on a clinical level, or if you have a loved one or a close friend who has experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. I am a passionate follower of the Christ, and I have a mental health issue. I'm mentally ill. I've been diagnosed. I suffer bouts of clinical depression, and I have anxiety. And you know what? I take meds for it. And I hate that. I still struggle with that, but it's real. The bottom line is there seems to be shame attached to having depression and anxiety, and that's something that you have to work through, and that comes with help from the Lord and a relationship with the Lord. If you have Christ as your Lord and your Savior, that's your rock, that's your go-to. God's love is beyond measure. It's beyond understanding. It's incomprehensible. And He is the one who will heal you, and He is one that will work in your life and help bring you through this. There's many places throughout the New Testament when Jesus was teaching, He never promised that this life was easy. If anything, the opposite. This life's difficult. It's a fallen world. It's a world filled with sin and brokenness and difficulties, tough times. That's just the reality of it. We've all been hurt. We've all been let down. That is unfortunately part of the human walk, the human existence. And I can tell you from experience that if you have anxiety, if you have depression issues, the trust issue can be very, very real. What I would encourage you to do is turning to God for it. I can't get through it on my own. Well, He says come to Him for wisdom, for strength, for guidance. And by coming to Him, that simply just means praying, okay? There's no formal fancy prayer. It means me talking to God and listening. And it also means opening up the Bible and reading it, okay? And studying it. The biggest thing I could say, depression and anxiety does not control me. Emotions do not control me. Seeking out a sober spirit, a sober mind, and not being focused on the highs and the lows of life, but more of that even, steady walk is what will help you find victory through Christ. So that's really all that I had on my heart to share, and I hope that will encourage someone out there and lift you up and make you realize you're not alone in this. There's many, 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 many people who are suffering with the same type of things.